Good morning, everybody. Today I actually had the pleasure of seeing one of my most anticipated movies of the year, It Chapter 2, and I wanted to give you some of my spoiler-free thoughts on it. A little bit of context, I am actually a big fan of Stephen King's It. I read the novel a couple times. I saw the original TV miniseries with Tim Curry, which I think is amazing. I also think that It Chapter 1 belongs on my top 20 favorite films of all time list, which may be another video into itself. So I think it's safe to say that I was extremely excited about the second one. Did it hold up? I think my biggest compliment for It Chapter 1 was the Losers Club. It gave me that, like, Goonies, Stranger Things vibe. I absolutely loved the kids, which is why I was a tad bit nervous. For those of you that don't know, It Chapter 2 takes place 27 years after the end of the first movie. I can happily say, though, that the adult cast was perfectly cast. I think James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain were amazing, but they always are. The big standout performance for me was Bill Hader as my personal favorite character, Richie. For a man who really doesn't do horror films, he really knocked it out of the park. And while the first one had themes of growing up and facing your fears, I enjoyed the theme of the second one, which turned more into how your past can't hurt you and you need to come to terms with it, which is, I think, the natural progression of that. Another thing that It Chapter 2 did exceptionally well is the horror aspect. There's some forms that Pennywise takes. I won't give them away, but they will haunt my nightmares probably for the rest of my existence. CGI special effects in It Chapter 2 are unfortunately a bit of a mixed bag. While some things look absolutely incredible and absolutely realistic, other things are not perfect. For those of you that don't know, the kids from It Chapter 1, the Losers Club, actually do make a couple of appearances. Unfortunately, though, puberty has hit them hard and they don't look the ages that they need to be. So they use this digital, like, de-aging technology on them. And at times it does look a little uncanny valley. The members of the Losers Club have grown and changed quite a bit over their 27-year gap, which is a good thing and it makes sense, but don't be surprised if they don't seem like the exact same characters that you knew in the first one. My only other real criticism with It Chapter 2 is that during the second act, it does drag on just a little bit. It did have a runtime of almost 3 hours, and I don't 100% know if it's necessary. I would have shaved off maybe 20-30 minutes, especially out of that second act. So, does It Chapter 2 hold up? Is it as good as the first one? Ultimately, no. But I would for sure 100% suggest checking it out. If you like the first one, or if you even if you haven't seen the first one, go back, watch the first one, watch the second one. It is a worthy second part. I just don't think it's as good, if that makes sense. Have you had a chance to see It Chapter 2 yet? Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. And while you're down there, go and subscribe for weekly adventures, ring that little bell icon for notifications on every single episode, and you have an amazing day.